You better not have a demonic attachment.
This theatre is haunted by a long, intense history. Plus, it truly felt like we were followed there by something darker from a past investigation. The paranormal activity we experienced here was so powerful we even pushed over one of our cameras. But what we captured before it fell will truly chill you to the bone.
Oh my god, what the heck?
I think there's shadow here.
Honestly, that came up when we were investigating the ancient ram inn, and then all hell broke loose. Hey Crypt Keepers, thank you so much for tuning into AmysCrypt tonight. Jared and I are investigating a very haunted theatre. We were at the Lyceum, which is in England. This place is pretty old and there are so many layers of history here and so many ghosts, so stay tuned.
This grandiose Edwardian theatre in Crewe, England is known as the Lyceum. The building that stands today was constructed in 1911, yet has a history spanning much longer, which may be the cause of many ghost stories that encircle the theatre today. A Roman Catholic church, complete with a graveyard, originally stood on this ground and dated to the 1800s, yet it was replaced with a purpose-built theatre in 1887 when worship moved to another larger church situated in town. This theatre would not stand the test of time and burned to the ground under mysterious circumstances that many believe could have been due to a sinister supernatural presence in 1910. Today, the Lyceum continues to entertain crowds of thousands each year, yet it is also home to a number of spectral residents. Perhaps the most famous ghost of the theatre is that of a white lady who has been sighted by many people throughout the building over the last 50 years. She is believed to be the spirit of a depressed ballerina who hanged herself in dressing room 3, now trapped at the theatre, roaming the building, often accompanied by the distinct smell of lavender. A stagehand is another spirit who is claimed to linger, with many capturing sight of his apparition in backstage areas. A hooded figure is another spirit some have seen. He is speculated to have ties to the old chapel that once stood on this land, perhaps being a monk. He is most frequently sighted in the basement of the theatre, which still contains a well from the original church, a constant source of water and possible paranormal energy to help make this theatre so haunted. But there is more. A spirit named Charlie lurks backstage and is often blamed for poltergeist activity, moving around essential props for stage performances. Then there is a child seen in period clothing who is often enticed to play with other children visiting the theatre as guests. And finally, there is a rumoured sinister energy that some claim to remain, thought to be responsible for the 1910 fire of the former theatre, though others aren't so sure. With so many resident spirits at the theatre, paranormal activity has always been prevalent, even becoming such an issue that in 1969, an exorcism was performed at the theatre. Yet this wasn't very successful and reports of ghost sightings continue to this day. Tonight, we will explore and investigate many of the most paranormally active areas of the Lyceum Theatre and experience some surprising moments where we seemingly engage with an entity that may have followed us from elsewhere in a terrifying turn of events.
Crypt Keepers, I am so excited to start tonight's investigation. I can't even describe it. It feels very nostalgic to be back here, and I've never been to this place before, but anyone who's watched me for a long time knows I have a history of working in cinema. Like, I worked in movie theaters for a long time, and when I lived in San Francisco, I worked at a movie palace, and that place was gorgeous, and I get total vibes from this place. It just brings me back. Like, it kind of reminds me of my old job, and Jared and I met at this cinema.
It does take me back, you know, candy bar, you know, tickets, ushers, the seating. Yeah, it brings back some memories, that's for sure. Popcorn, yes, they got popcorn here.
Dude, I swear I have consumed more popcorn in my lifetime than any other human. You know what's really cool about this place though? The ghosts. Every theatre needs a ghost, but this place was like, we are leveling up. We're gonna have like 5, maybe 6 ghosts here. It's insane. Oh, look, a little candy bar. We're not here for that though. Concentrate. We're going into the theatre now.
The stools, ooh. Oh, the Hungry Caterpillar show, cool.
Whoa. Dude, this looks kind of creepy in night vision.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly though, I don't want to use the word creepy to describe this place because it is actually gorgeous. It's so beautiful.
I guess it's just the dark always adds a vibe, doesn't it? Oh, and you can see like the balcony things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
14.
Is there a row 14? Oh no, the letters.
There'd be a seat 14.
But which row? Can you tell? Oh no, there's
What's that number there?
1.
Oh.
That is
well, let's walk down to
seat
14.
number 1.
Disfigured.
14 disfigured.
I don't have letters in Ghoster, but can you give us a word that begins with the letter of the row that you want us to go to?
No, I was going to say this isn't necessarily a ghost story, but I was reading some stories about this place, and during its lifetime it actually hosted a circus here with classic circus animals. I won't get into how cruel that is, but you know, like even the stage has been reinforced for an elephant, for instance. Now there was an incident with a lion. The lion's name was Satan, and it attacked and mauled and I guess disfigured somebody here in this theatre.
Wait, that happened here?
Yeah.
I did not know that. You told me about that story, but I didn't know it happened here. I thought it was just one of the circuses that had performed here before.
No, lion named Satan here. That's such a weird... Gone. Oh, you don't have to leave, or are you talking about the circus days? They're well and truly gone. Did you hear something down here? I thought I heard a noise down here. Anyway, I'm going to walk to 14.
Can we do 14 in row D, just because the word disfigured come up?
Okay, well,
What was the first word that came after I asked to... Was it gone?
Gone, yeah.
You are in row G.
Oh, I am.
Wait, so I said, what row do you want us to go to? Can you give me a word
Say
that
the
starts
word.
with that? And the word gone came up, and we're in that row. And you're on, and there's seat 14.
Is that where you're sitting? I told you I heard a noise. That's like the up from the haunted part as well. That's not like an electronic thing clicking in or something, is it?
Don't know. We'll go up there in a bit and we'll check it out.
But where I'm pointing my camera right now, that is where a ghostly couple has been seen and where the white lady has most recently been seen, and she's been seen so much.
I'm just going to sit here.
That is so smooth, Jared.
Are you okay me sitting here? Oh, this is so cool. That's the stage, guys. You can't really see it on camera, but we'll be going there in a bit. What show are we watching? Do you have a ticket? You know what's really interesting? On the back of all these seats, it's actually got like in loving memory of people. Frank Rickstock, amateur actor. There's a few others here too.
Oh, that's
actually,
really
all
nice.
of them have like in memory of plaques. That's pretty cool.
Does this seat have one?
Seat 14? Mm-hmm. No, unfortunately it doesn't.
Oh, that's a weird. The one seat we get drawn to doesn't have one.
This seat 14 does, but it's not necessarily someone that's passed because it doesn't say in memory of. We're going to keep moving on now, but you're more than welcome to follow us. We're going to be going on stage, backstage, upstairs, downstairs. So you're welcome to follow us. Or if you want to tell us where you want us to go, we'll follow you.
Hiding.
They're hiding. I want to try and find you. Can you make a noise or give me a... Hear that?
I just had a tap in the distance over there, yeah.
You're hiding from me. There is a child here.
What, that's said to haunt here?
Yeah. And the child is often seen in like period sort of dress, so like old-timey clothing, hangs out on or behind the stage and likes to play, especially with other children. Like if they see a child, that's who they kind of interact with. Not that we're children, but we have the mentality of children sometimes, Jared. If there is a kid here, my name is Amy, this guy here is Jared, and we love to make new friends. We would love to play dark.
I just had a tap on the stage over here.
I did too. Do you want us to be in the dark with you? And we would love to play. And we would love to play.
Maybe they
What happened to me?
I don't know. Can you tell me your name? I would love to help you if you tell me your name. Maybe I can help answer that.
I'm just going to note, guys, that there are some ice cream machines here, which are making a little bit of noise. So we're just going to be careful of that tonight.
I'm still trying to find you. You don't have to be scared of us.
What does it look like on night vision? Because I can't see much here.
It looks so cool.
Whoa, it goes up so high as well. And I think the ceiling has like Isn't that all like, you know,
Ornate.
decorated?
Yes.
Oh wow, it's so amazing.
Come on, you can follow us. Don't be shy.
Intermission.
Speaking of circus, and there's a lion. Is that Satan? How cool is that?
This actually gave me the creeps when I looked up here and in the corner of my eye I saw like these mannequins. Always with the mannequins.
We're gonna go behind the scenes right now. This is where, you know, a lot of the props, that's normal.
Is it?
Yeah. That's just the door closing. This is where props and stage pieces, and I guess the actors come in to go on stage. So they come through these doors, walk through here.
Oh, cool. I really do feel like I'm like about to go on stage, you know what I mean?
I do know that a figure has been seen here. So a lady who's a current member of staff was using this service elevator right here. And as she was coming up or going down, she saw a dark figure cross through here, but there was no one around. I did just get a magnetic spike.
That's weird.
Just as we're talking about the dark figure walking past.
Not replicating?
It's not.
At
I'm
first I thought-
actually surprised that it, oh wait, maybe it's this, sorry. Yeah,
Oh, there
I
you
must have
go.
got a bit too close to that. I was gonna say, like, I'm really shocked that this is not triggering it.
Right. Shh.
Oh, whoopsie.
Shh. Can you not do that to me, please?
It's a door, it's not me. This is it, guys, we're going on stage.
Wow.
Backward.
Backward?
Should we be walking backward?
We got our back to the audience? That's weird. This is bloody magnificent though, hey? Imagine there's someone up there looking down at us right now though.
Maybe that backward was, yeah, like because we were facing our backs to the stage or something like that. And maybe that was like an instruction to turn the right way around or something, you know what I mean?
But what I wanted to say, this chain here, there's a ghost story with this where, you know, someone was hooking this chain up and another chain fell down at the same time, where there's no explanation as to why a chain like that should come unhooked by itself. So there is a story about a bit of a cheeky ghost out here. His name is Charlie, and he does move things around on stage, usually things like props. And can you...
I definitely heard something out there.
Yeah, there's a clicking noise. Maybe it's like normal, I don't know, because it keeps happening.
What's the kid's name?
Well, I don't know
What's
the
the kid's name?
kid, but I don't know the kid's name, but there is another ghost called Charlie.
Charlie?
Is the one that moves things around. And can you imagine being an actor up here? You go to grab a prop and it's not there.
Charlie? Is that you?
Find me.
Oh my God.
Where are you, Charlie? We were trying to find you. Where are you?
Where should we look?
That's so...
Maybe we need to look
That's
backward.
really cheeky almost,
Yes, yes. Maybe we need to look backward. Look, this is horror movie right now with all these curtains. You back here?
Knowing that there are multiple spirits who enjoy playing tricks on people in a playful manner is pretty cool. We have the poltergeist named Charlie who moves equipment across the stage, and a young boy. So earlier receiving the words of hiding and now find me was pretty curious to us.
Charlie, are you back there? Oh, there's a little peephole here. You in there, Charlie? Woohoo! Charlie?
Jared, can I just say something cool?
What's that?
Charlie Chaplin performed on this stage before. Yeah, Charlie Chaplin's been on this stage, I think, twice in maybe Sherlock Holmes when he was a kid. So it's kind of cool.
So the story of Charlie, though, that's not Charlie Chaplin, right?
No, and I don't know if that's more a nickname or like their actual name, but there is, you know, known to be a ghost called Charlie. Right now we are heading up to the dressing rooms, and there is a very tragic ghost story that centers on one of these rooms up here.
Through here, right?
Yeah.
That was surprisingly hard to open. Oh, it's a bit of a tight space in here. Come on in.
Crying.
What did it say?
Crying. That is relevant. Okay. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Amy. I'm here with Jared. I don't know if there's anyone still in this room. We come in all respect, and I'm very sorry to hear that you're still upset. Perhaps the most prevalent ghost story here is the tale of a white lady. She's said to have been a ballerina who took her life in this very room. She allegedly hanged herself in this room. So crying to me fits the bill. Like, it's a very sad, very tragic story. She's been seen all throughout the theatre. Activity has allegedly happened in this room, but I don't think it is an area where as much happens as, say, out on the stage area or even on the circle, which we've yet to explore.
I also just want to say, we were told by our guide earlier on in the night that obviously this room looks quite modern now. Like, even the lights, the fixtures, the mirrors modern, but this room is very old. It's just been retrofitted over the years. So you can imagine those, those grand mirrors that you picture with like lights all around them in dressing rooms, you know what I mean? That's how I picture it looking anyway.
But there could definitely still be energy that lingers here, and essentially if someone did take their life, you would think that that could be a very powerful place for somebody. Maybe it's also not a place someone really wishes to hang around. Crying to me makes me a little bit upset to hear as soon as we come in. So we're making our way up to the upper levels, but box B, just up here, a lot of times a man and a woman has been sighted there, and also the white lady. So I feel like this is kind of a cool vantage point of that area as well from down here.
Are you still following us? We're coming up to the circle now. Is that okay? Meet you up there.
Was that the door closing?
I heard a door then.
I did too. Could it have just been us though? Like, that just felt like it took a long time to close though, hey?
The door we entered is down there. We walked all the way through this lobby, up these stairs, around there, through this restaurant. I don't think that was the door closing behind us.
Here, what sounds very much like a door closing on the other side of the lobby was captured. I speculated that this could have been the door we had just come through closing behind us, since this is a theatre and its doors are designed to always close to minimise sound from the lobby. Yet you can clearly hear the door close behind us in this clip as we exit the theatre. It's difficult to claim this as paranormal, as it may have been a distant external noise from the theatre, yet still weird to note.
Now the Lyceum Theatre are actually getting ghost tours up and running, so they've got these cute little candles all set up here. How good is this?
It's pretty cool.
Thank you. Ooh, this is the circle, Jared. Is there someone here with us tonight? Can you make a noise or come up to the lights in my hands? Maybe you can talk to me.
Is this where we did our intro? I think it is. Amy, watch your step. That is a low rail.
I tripped over this, to be honest. Whoops. Yeah. So my name is Amy. I'm here tonight with Jared, and we call out to the spirits of the Lyceum Theatre. We'd love to make contact with anyone who's still here.
Is there anyone on stage? Can you give us a show?
Stalls?
Stalls?
Yeah.
That's down there.
The stall, they literally call the bottom the stalls, huh?
That's like the ground floor, right? It's down there.
The ground floor is down here, yeah.
You
know what? We had like hiding, find me stalls. It's someone is playing here.
Can you come up and join us up here in the circle? So guys, we're heading to box B. So it's one of the little balcony things here, because there is a story about that girl that's here. So here we are, box B. Should I knock? We're coming into box B. Is that okay? Watch your step. Oh shit! That door opens quick. Oh, there's flowers in here.
Oh, okay.
Fake flowers or something. There's another one down here too.
So I guess this area, this box is interesting because our ballerina, the white lady of the Lyceum Theatre, who's probably the most prevalent known of ghost, is seen here quite a lot. She has been known to walk through the whole building, especially the circle, but most recently I was told this area is where she's seen a lot. She's also accompanied by the smell of lavender, so whether that's like a perfume kind of thing, but I don't think she's like a bad or unpleasant spirit, so I would love to meet the White Lady tonight.
Ooh, I feel really fancy sitting here. So guys, I'm just like looking down at the other balconies, the other rows of seats, and then the stage is literally right here.
But if there is a lady around and you are able to share your name, we would love to be able to relay that to everyone here at the theatre.
Who's in the stalls? We seemed to be talking to someone down in the stalls earlier and the word stalls came through. Can you tell us about that?
At this point, we decided to head to the top of the theatre to share a strange experience we had earlier in the night.
So this is it. This is the very top. Look how steep that is.
Gallery.
What the heck? Wait, we're in the gallery. Okay, yeah.
Thank you for narrating where we're going.
Are you up here with us? This is really like, this is weird, like playing with me, I swear tonight. So I'm gonna sit in Lucky 13. So weird. I have heard a story where people have heard like the seats here because they have the flippy bottom. People sometimes hear that, whether that's like a residual sound because this place was a theatre, I'm sure those seats have flipped up and down so many times, or whether it's still, you know, people being patrons here at the theatre, I don't know. But tonight I had a tour. One of the guys that work here, he was great, showed us around the whole theatre, shared some stories, the main ghost stories, as well as things that he has been told or picked up along the way. And we were up here and I was talking to him about, people say it's more of a sinister energy. There's this spirit here who people think is kind of dark and who is sometimes blamed for the fire that destroyed this place in 1910 before it was rebuilt in 1911. They never really found out why that fire was started. There was a cigarette butt found on the floor of a dressing room, so it was speculated that could have been the cause for the fire, but some people think that there's something a bit dark here responsible for burning the place down. As I was talking about that, all of the lights in here, because all the stage lights were on, started to flicker, and it did it twice. The first time I didn't say anything, but then when it happened a second time I was like, hey, is that normal? He said sometimes the lights on this side, like 2 lights flicker, but this was all of the lights. It was crazy, wasn't it, Jared?
Yeah, I think like, especially because it was just paired with exactly what you were talking about. You were talking about that dark entity that said to haunt around this area, and then they all just were like...
And as I said, it did it twice. And both times it did it was when I brought up the supposed sinister energy here. I do think that's a freezer.
That's the ice cream freezer downstairs, guys. So see, we debunk your AmysCrypt for all you haters out there.
At this point, we decided our walkthrough was complete, having covered every area of paranormal significance we could access. Yet after having a very strange and unexpected experience, we discovered one more area we wanted to cover for you all.
Little bonus, impromptu, unexpected ghost tube, and we just kind of had an experience. So we did the walkthrough, and I wasn't going to really feature this in the walkthrough because I always end up in the toilets on my channel. Like, it just sort of happens, have experiences in the freaking toilet. And I had been told that there is a particular cubicle in the ladies, I don't know which one it is, that people avoid going in because they see movement in. They see it's like someone's walking past underneath the door. I just went to go do a wee, right? Finished the walkthrough, I'm like, okay, let's do this. Come in here.
Whiskey.
Whiskey?
The bar is right here.
They want a drink.
This is so weird. I wonder if it's... I know you haven't told it yet about what just happened in the bathroom, but I wonder if it's related.
You come to the toilets here. You've got disabled, men, and where are the ladies? Up the dark corridor with no light. As soon as I went in here, I felt a little bit off as well. Not just because it's dark. I walk in, it is dark. There's one tiny little light from this sort of emergency light up here. And I'm like, it's too dark for me. I need to go back and get a torch. I go back, get a torch, tell Jared how creepy it is in here. He's like, oh, I'll walk up, I want to check this out. He walks in and he thought he saw a figure in here.
Stalls.
Stalls!
It just said stools.
It said stools. Could that be stools like, these are toilet stools?
Could it be toilet stools or could it be talking about the stools?
I know, what the heck?
That's so crazy. So I walked in here when I wanted to see how creepy this place is. I swear I saw a shadow standing in this stool right here. That is so weird.
Now, I don't know what toilet stool it is that the staff here do not like to use. It could be this one, it could be any of the other two. It is creepy as heck in here. I don't know why it's always toilets on my channel. Are you guys sick of that? Leave a comment. Also, maybe just like the video, because
it was like a shadow, and I thought part of me, my skeptical mind was like, I was walking in and Amy was behind me, so I thought maybe it was the light from out there casting my shadow in here. But we tried to recreate it with Amy's flashlight, and my shadow took up like the whole room. This was like this size shape. It was like I was standing in the bowl almost.
Maybe this area used to be something else. Maybe it wasn't always a toilet. I have no idea.
Having now officially finished our walkthrough, we decided to hone in and monitor a select few areas while we reached out. So we set up a still GhostTube SLS camera to monitor the gallery, which is a word we had come through GhostTube and a place we had witnessed the theatre lights flickering earlier. We also set up a GhostTube SLS camera on the ground floor, known as the stalls, as this is another word we had now received twice during our walkthrough. Yet, as we were setting up our second still camera on the ground floor, we heard a loud noise come from above us, which we captured on camera.
What was that?
Someone out there? You rolling?
I'm rolling on the SLS camera here.
That's not like something falling over on the top floor that we just set up or something like that?
I reckon that might have been.
Oh my god.
At the time, we weren't exactly sure what this noise could have been, or where it could have come from. We knew it was from above us, where we had just set up our first GhostTube SLS camera and speculated it might have been this. It turns out that it was this camera falling over, which is strange considering it was anchored onto a pole using a tripod. The moment the camera fell over is also documented as it was rolling at the time. Yet the most interesting part of this all was that moments before the camera falls, a partial figure is mapped by the SLS across 3 separate frames. This was the only time something like this was mapped during the duration the camera filmed, and the figure seems to map in slightly different spaces each time it appears, leading me to believe that this was not a false positive. I'll now play the footage in its entirety from the moment the figure appeared to when the camera falls. While I cannot tell you that any of this was paranormal, I do think it's pretty strange that our GhostTube SLS camera would map what it perceived to be a partial human figure right before falling from where we had it secured. But for us, in that moment, we weren't sure of what had happened, so we grabbed the nearest camera and ran upstairs to investigate. And when I say ran, I mean we frickin' bolted up there to find the aftermath of this strange event.
It's the camera.
Are you me?
It's that SLS camera.
Something knocked it over.
Yep. Had it positioned up, it was down. That would have caught it then.
What?
Shit, sorry, I'm exhausted from running up the stairs.
Okay.
Partial figure there,
Yeah.
sitting in that row. Oh, and then here you go, here's where it happens. Look
Right
at that.
after the figure.
That's us on the ground floor.
What the heck? What the heck?
With so much excitement happening, we wanted to get right into investigating, so we made our way back downstairs to the stage where we would perform an SD session, which saw Jared blindfolded and wearing noise-cancelling headphones while listening to a spirit box and relaying anything he heard come through, while I asked questions which he could not hear. Additionally, we also had GhostTube SLS cameras set up in the stalls and the gallery, but what was to happen next was quite unexpectedly dark.
Okay, you've probably already seen us running around tonight, but my name is Amy and this is Jared, and we've travelled a very long way to visit the Lyceum Theatre. That's so nice of you to join us. Thank you so much. Can we have a name? Are you the person that's playing with us tonight? We've had a really fun time here, to be honest, but it feels like someone is messing with us a little bit.
Ahem. That's what I heard. Ahem.
So is it like because I've got my back to you? You're trying to get my attention, aren't you?
Here.
You're here, okay. Can you tell me whereabouts? You're somewhere in this beautiful theatre. If you've stayed here for... Okay.
Who are you?
Again, my name is Amy, this is Jared. We've come a very long way. We've come all the way from Australia to visit you. And we're just here to talk. We are trying to make some new friends overseas.
Leave it.
I'm not touching anything. I'm not going to mess up the performance or the play or the theatre. I've got a lot of...
1, 2. 1, 2 is what I heard. 1, 2.
Testing. 1, 2, testing. Check 1, 2. Where would you like me to go tonight? I feel like you've been asking me to go all over.
Direct.
Directing? Like they're going to direct you where to go, what to do. Can you tell me how long you've been here?
I'm feeling footsteps on the stage. I'm not sure if that's you.
I'm not moving. If you're on the stage, am I not supposed to be here? I'm not part of the performance. If you want me to leave, can you go up towards this red light on the floor? If you're already on the stage, all you need to do is walk up really close to the red light. If you do, it'll make a noise and it'll light up. Because I don't want to...
There's someone
Where is the someone?
with me.
Okay, how many spirits are here right now?
Do it.
What would you like me to do? I heard you go into box B a lot.
Woman.
Yes, a woman is seen in box B. Why is it that box that she always goes to?
From the roof.
From the roof? Are you talking about the lady's
Are you asking me?
death? I'm just trying to talk, and if you would like to talk or you have a message, I would love to hear it. Maybe you can show yourself if you're comfortable.
Choir singing. I heard a choir singing.
Oh, is there a show still going on?
Now. Thank you.
Can you tell me a bit about this performance, about this play?
Frenchman.
Are you from France?
I thought I felt something move here on me. Maybe the cord, or I don't know.
Are you near this man?
On my crutch.
Okay, I don't know if he was saying that is what he heard, or that's what he felt.
Just to clarify here, Jared felt movement on his crutch area and was not relaying what he heard come through the spirit box. It's difficult to see if anything visibly moved on him during this time, though this was an eerie similarity to a scary experience we had about 2 weeks prior to filming this, while performing an SD session at the haunted Ancient Ram Inn, a place supposedly haunted by a number of spirits and demonic entities and claimed to be one of the most haunted places in the world. During that session, Jared would also note that something touched his crutch area.
Remind me to tell you about something here.
Before things escalated with him feeling as though something was crawling onto the bed with him, and scarily, this wouldn't be the last similarity to our Ancient Ram Inn investigation we would receive within the theatre.
I've heard there's a lot of different spirits here. One named Charlie.
You need to speak up.
So that everyone
Louder.
can hear me. All right, there's a spirit named Charlie. There's a lady in white. There's a cloaked figure.
More.
There's a cloaked figure. There's someone who's a little bit dark. A little bit evil-ish. Did you burn this place down? Do you remember the fire? Maybe even older, you remember the church. Where'd you go? If you touched this man before, can you come up and do it again? Maybe you can touch the red light instead.
Lower.
Lower? I was just pointing at the floor.
Lower.
Alright, I'll get down. Is there someone down here? Are you out in the stalls?
Off.
You want me off the stage? You got to boo me. If you boo me, I'll leave the stage.
It's a secret.
I love secrets. I'm good at
Cold chills
I'm good at keeping secrets.
in this. Dead. It's quite active.
Can you tell me what's active?
Think about it.
Can you tell me where you would like me to go? And I will go there for you. Maybe I can do something for you as well. Just say.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen. Am I talking to a gentleman? Cat ball's going off down here. Is there someone in the hallway? There's someone in the stalls right now. Can you tell me who that is?
This.
What's this?
Little.
Little.
What is this?
Is it a child? It's just a ball you can play with. Just go up and touch them, move them, they'll light up. I just heard a click literally above me. There's all the stage lighting and stuff up there.
Is he Houdini?
Houdini? No, but you might think that some of this stuff is a bit magical, maybe? You can use him to talk to me.
Look up.
That's so weird. I was literally just looking up. I heard a noise up there.
It's up there.
Okay, yeah, I heard a noise above my head.
Hey.
A. Row A?
Hello.
Hi, my name's Amy. Are you referring to row A?
Bosom. Not this again.
Are you shitting
This is
me?
Jared, not that again. Like,
Yeah,
that's what
weird.
I heard.
The responses here are pretty wild, as you have to remember Jared cannot see or hear me. From him mimicking me after the cat ball lit up, to him referencing the noise above me, I was impressed. Yet when he mentioned bosom, a strange word to come through the spirit box, it again reminded me of our Ancient Ram Inn investigation, where bosom came through.
Bosom.
Bosom.
Lady Bosom.
Have you spoken to me before?
King.
King. Bosom. Honestly, that came up when we were investigating the Ancient Ram Inn, and then all hell broke loose.
I need it to happen.
Look,
Play.
Play. Can you just tell me what you want me to do and I will do it for you? Do you want me to play a song? Is there some music you need?
I thought I seen a shadow here, like in my mind. Just here.
This is giving me Ancient Ram Inn vibes.
I got goosebumps.
Yeah, me too.
Leave.
Okay, I'd like to know who's here. Have you followed us?
No.
You haven't followed us? Feels like you did, because this is the same thing that happened last time.
Here is yet another similarity to our Ancient Ram Inn investigation, where Jared feels as though he can see a shadow standing beside him in his mind.
In my brain, I keep seeing a shadow here.
All of these similarities piled up to the point it really felt too connected to our past investigation to be coincidental. So I asked if we had been followed and received a direct response of no. So do you think if someone or something had followed us from another haunted location, it would plainly admit to having done so? Or could a spirit from the theatre somehow have a knowing of our past experiences? Though I'm hesitant to believe this, as the theatre honestly had a really warm, inviting vibe.
This is a very different vibe and feeling to that area as well, because this is a very warm, inviting place.
Another.
Doesn't feel dark here. Okay, we've got another
Heard
spirit.
someone laughing.
Got another spirit here. Maybe it's like another spirit who doesn't belong to the theatres here now. I don't know. This is very weird, because I don't get bad or weird vibes in this theatre at all. I actually
It's
quite
too
like
easy.
it. It's pleasant. Too easy to mess with me.
Here.
Someone has been playing with me tonight. I want to know who it is. I do want to help though. I want to be helpful. Can you please tell me anything? Anything I can do for you? Do you want something?
No.
Okay.
Goose.
You want a goose or I'm a goose?
Help.
Okay, you need help? That's what I'm here
Please.
for. Can you... okay.
Don't.
Please don't help? It's very strange. I would love to know who's talking with us. Are you out?
Okay.
Did you just pull that off?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
That got weird.
I know I've mentioned this in a few other episodes. I don't know what order you're going to air these, but lately when I've been sitting or laying down doing an Estes method, after doing it for a really long time, like 10 to 15 minutes, after about 10 to 15 minutes, I start to get like a weird dizzy feeling in my mind, like in the, the blackness of my mind. To be honest, it actually feels pretty good. I feel like I'm really, really relaxed all of a sudden. And that's when I get a lot of responses come through really quickly. Like it's like I have ultra tuned in hearing all of a sudden, and I really pick up all the stuff coming through. And that happened to me then as well.
Sorry, I just thought I heard something out here. Or like knocking. You hearing that?
I just thought I heard footsteps out there. Like backstage.
Okay. Okay. That was weird. Yeah, I heard something back, like knocking, right? This is where the figure's been seen as well.
Could it have been like back here, like in the backstage maybe? Have we even been down here yet?
That's just us walking
Is that
past.
just airflow?
I think that's just, look, I walk past this curtain.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
It's fine. Dude, I was getting ancient Ram in vibes. You said bosom, and then when you were like, I can feel like there's something in front of me, I was like, this is weird. And then it felt like there wasn't a spirit from this place. But I did say, did you follow us? And you were like, no. That sounds like something you would say. You better not have a demonic attachment.
Despite having some pretty sketchy responses come through during the SD session, we thought we should focus on the spirits of the Lyceum Theatre and why we came to this location, to communicate with them. So we made our way upstairs to dressing room 3, where the theatre's white lady, the sad ballerina, is said to have taken her own life. This was an area where we had earlier received the word crying, which fits in with the room's tragic story. So we sat in silence, running an EVP in the hopes of gathering some more insight.
Is somebody here who is upset? You can talk to us. Do you have something to say?
Can you tell us about your performance? You're performing tonight.
Is there anything that I can do to help you?
We spent some time in this dressing room reaching out with questions, but picked nothing up on the EVP playback. The only thing worth noting was a sweet smell as we entered the room. However, this differs from the lavender smell that is said to accompany the White Lady, but I thought we'd make note of this regardless for this video.
Yeah, it had a sweet smell in here.
I did have a sweet smell. I wouldn't say lavender though, but it was like a cookie smell, like maybe someone had food in here or something earlier.
I didn't smell it when we came up here initially though, but when we came up here the second time it smelled very sweet. Nothing like lavender though.
No, but like cookies or something. That's what it smelled like to me.
Having had little luck in the dressing room, we decided to move our investigation over to Box B, where a ghostly couple have been sighted and where the White Lady typically roams. Here, we would conduct a ghost tube vox session to see if we could speak to the phantoms of the theatre. Yet we also decided to place a locked-off camera and a REM pod in the theatre's basement to monitor that space. This is a place where activity is said to have presented itself in the past, and still contains the old well from the original chapel that the theatre was built over. Sadly, it wasn't a place we were allowed to actively investigate, yet we thought it was still worth monitoring.
Hello?
Whoa. That camera should be able to see us. Hey!
Oh my god, look at the chain, it's going nuts.
I swear it was moving on its own before as well.
Look, we were just down there and we have set our camera up. Maybe we could have knocked it. I just don't know, like, it's...
Pretty wobbly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say it's paranormal. Leave a comment what you guys think. That chain would probably shake for a good while. Maybe we just watch it and see if it's still shaking by the time we wrap up this session. I don't know.
So guys, we're on this balcony and we can just see the entire theatre. It's hard to show you in night vision what this looks like, but it's amazing in the dark. Just the exit lights lighting it up.
And I could just picture a shadow just walking right across here. So I just hit record on a GhostTube Vox session, and I just want to invite anyone at all who's still in this theatre to come up and communicate with us. Can you share your name? My name is Amy and I'm here with Jared. I feel like that was like shh, which could be relevant.
The sheep we have.
What does that mean?
And that
I just heard like a
tap below us?
like the furniture. No, I thought it was
You reckon it was
in
near
here with
us?
us, like this chair next to me or something.
If there's someone sitting in this box with us, thank you. Are you watching a show?
front of
Amy.
6.
Okay,
I heard-
that was my name.
I heard front row
Front?
Amy.
Front, Amy, and then I heard 6. Can I have your name? That was a lady. Are you the ballerina?
Do you like ballet? Why do you like ballet?
I just also want to say I heard 3, 4, so many numbers.
Didn't I say 1, 2 on the
You
stage?
said a few numbers. You said 4 and something else as well.
Leave a comment if you guys know, but is that like a stage thing, like 1, 2, 3? Like, I know in music, isn't it used for like tuning, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,
I
2,
thought
3,
you were
4.
like testing 1, 2.
Do you work here?
I guess right.
Yeah, we're here. We're just wondering when were you at this building? When was the first time you were here?
Not this old.
I thought it said like not this old. So maybe it was like an earlier reiteration here. They were here when the church was here. Maybe the building that burned down.
Can you tell us about the fire?
Yeah.
What can you tell us about the fire? That was a direct response. What can you tell us about the fire?
No one knows why the fire was ever started, but it's speculated that somebody here, one of the spirits, was responsible and started the fire. I heard go home now. Are you talking to us or you want to go home? I'm intrigued about the fire as well. I've got chills about the fire. Ugh.
Who touched our camera before? Up on the gallery.
Sit down.
All right.
You go.
All right. Is there a lady around? We would love to talk to the lady. Do you have a message for us? We would love to know why you are still here at the theatre.
Money.
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 Can you tell me a bit about your job? Were you a performer? Maybe you're a staff? Maybe you're from the church? Maybe people don't talk to you often.
Was over the party.
He was having a party.
Some kind of party, yeah.
Can you tell us about the party? Can we help you in any way? What can I do for you?
The Lyceum Theatre was an incredible place to investigate. It contained so many layers of history, and not only that, it hasn't been saturated with other paranormal investigators, leading to a unique night where we truly felt the spirits may want to be heard. But what's more, the creepy parallels to our past investigation at the Ancient Ram Inn left me with many questions I one day hope to answer. If you have watched this far, make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on all notifications, as our upcoming video lineup is going to be wild. Next, we tackle an ancient castle with a number of ghost stories to tell, from its rooftop overlooking the city to its dungeon where many would have suffered. You won't want to miss our paranormal investigation of the Newcastle Castle.
What a cool place. Not only to investigate.
Investigate.
Fuck. Let me just start again. But to visit, if you're ever in the Crewe area, definitely come check out the Lyceum Theatre. I absolutely adore this place. And honestly, I didn't really know what we were in for when we came to visit here. But I swear we've had so much activity, and I'm excited to review all of the cameras we left around the place to see if we picked up more than what I initially thought in this moment. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe. That really, really helps me out. I'm also about to go and do a bonus ghost tube session for my patrons and YouTube members, and we're going to focus in on the toilet where we had a creepy experience and the upstairs bar area. So if you want to see that, I've got some links below. You can also follow me on social media. I'm at AmysCrypt on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. And thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time. Encore.